Thank God. God has been so good to me and my family. I started coming here 3 years ago. I remember when I started coming here, my friend that used to give me money to transport myself from my house to this place, she's no longer here. You know, I was, at that time when she left, I was worried because I knew that if I continue here, I know that I will get my own testimonies. Because I hear testimonies of people and I wonder, is this thing really possible? Does God really work this way? But I was waiting. I said, I will stop coming. And I thank God for the kind of husband I have. He cannot pray and he will not stop me from praying. If I come here, if I say I'm going to say, hey, he will not disturb me. So I'm happy because he did not disturb me. He did not stop me from praying. You know, I continued. You know, it was at that time that my friend left that God started blessing me. When Pastor Paul told me that he saw people eating in my hand. What I'm doing is not related to food, but I know I love cooking. I can be in the kitchen from morning till night. So I said, okay, let me start. You know, somebody had said it before to me that I should start doing food business. I said, I don't want that kind of business. You know, when I started, I don't know anybody, as in I don't have anybody that will give me connections if I even start. But I started, and people eat my food, and they come the next time. So I was happy. It started like that. Gradually, I started growing. I started having money to come without anybody's help. I thank God, and you know, my business was growing. It got to a point that, you know, when I want to cook, I will have to rent the things I use. I said, this time I don't want to rent again. Let me start from the money I'm getting from this. Let me start buying my own things. I started buying equipment. I bought to a level that I told myself, I don't even have space to keep these things anymore. Let me stop. Wow. Let me stop buying. So I stopped buying. It was that time that I stopped buying. Okay, my father-in-law died. He passed on them in August, and we went for the burial. We came back. My brother had only one, and my husband had only one brother. So, and God has blessed him so much. But he is all for himself. He doesn't care about anybody. So after the burial, we came back, and he called me one day. He said, Biola, I want to do something for you. I don't want to do it for my brother. I want to do it for you. I said, oh, okay, what is it? He said, would I like to go relocate to the UK? I said, in my mind, I didn't believe it because I know him. He will just tell you that he will do it, and he will not do it. And, and he will still stand and tell you that you can't do me anything. He didn't work for my money. So I said, okay. He said, do I have a passport? I said, yes, but I lost it. I don't. He said, that I need to get the passport. He said, does the children have a passport? I said, no. He said, my husband. I said, my husband has. He said, we need to get our passport in 2 weeks. I should look for, he said he's in London right now, that I should look for somebody that will do the passport in 2 weeks. Me, I don't know anybody. So all those kind of things, I don't know. So, you know, I was not interested because at that point, I was happy the way my business is going, that I know that if I continue on this pace, I know in the next 2 years, I won't be where I am again. So I said, well, that I don't know anybody. So he called me again the following day that he got somebody in Abuja that myself and the children will have to go to Abuja. I said, okay. He said, this is the person's contact, that I should call the person. I called the man, and the man said 500,000 for the 3 of us. I said, hey, passport that they are doing how much? Tayo will not pay this kind of money. I know him. He will not pay. And you know, I slept in the night, and the following morning, he has paid the money to my account. That I should look for a way to get to Abuja with the children and do the passport. I said, Abuja. So I asked people that have traveled before. I have never been to the airport before. All my life. So I said, I don't know how to get there. He said, okay, do you want to go by bus? I said, maybe I'll prefer that because I've not, you know. So he said, I should tell my husband to look for a way for us to get to Abuja. And God's so good. I remember I prayed one prayer because I saw he was putting too much pressure on me. I said, God, I don't want anything that will give me while I don't want. I just said, you know, there was a time I came to Pastor Paul. I told him about it. I said that I was expecting Pastor Paul to tell me that God said you are going or you are not going. But he just said I should have an open mind. I can travel. There's no way. It's not bad to travel. I said, okay. I went. So he was still pushing. He said I should go to my school and apply for my transcript. I should give them this address, that this is where they will send it to. I said, okay. So I went. I was looking at it that, okay, this pressure has not gotten, though everything is flowing. You know, I went to Abuja with my children. We went by road. It was so bad for my son. It was just, till we got there. I was afraid. I said, hey, maybe this is it. Maybe God doesn't want us to go. But we went, and in a week, we went on Monday. We came back on Thursday, and the following week we got our passports. So when we got the passport, he said that, okay, that the school that he want to do for me, said they have closed their portal. That, okay, that he knows a licensed company in the UK that can give me a job. Do I want to work? I said, I don't know. Anything you want to do, shall do. He said, okay. So he got the company, and he said that he told me the kind of job. I said, okay. So he said I should be expecting a mail from them. He said he will come back to Nigeria to get some things and we stay till we get our visa before he goes back. So I said, okay. So I got the job, to the glory of God.
Wow.
I got the job to work for 5 years. I can go with my family, What God has never done in my, I've never traveled before. Wow. My brothers are traveling.
Wow.
My brothers.
Wow. What a mighty God.
My brothers that have traveled a lot of times. I'm the one that is taking my mommy abroad. My brothers have been going abroad, and none of them have ever gotten the opportunity or the chance to take my mom. And it started from me. I remember since my daddy died, everybody, anything we get, we struggle to get it. This is the first time I'm getting something that I didn't give I just want everybody to thank God for me. This is the first church I'm coming for deliverance that they have never asked me to pay money. The last place I went to, I've been to several churches. The last place I went to, they say I will go to the mountain. I went to a mountain. I couldn't go alone. I had to tell my younger sister to go with me. We went there for 3 days. We fasted throughout the 3 days. The mountain is as high. I've never been to any place like that. I went there, and on the third day that we were supposed to finish the prayer, the one that was praying to me, she said she saw evil forces around me. They were pressing my head. And I was discouraged. That what kind of thing is that after all this suffering? I said, okay. When my friend brought me, when she said I should come and see her pastor, reluctantly I came. But when I came, I just felt like, let me stay. I don't want to go anywhere again. I stopped going everywhere. If they even bring flyers, they are even doing this in your next. I'm not going anywhere. If I don't go to upper room, I'm not going anywhere again. Wow. And ever since I've been coming, my husband, I didn't notice all this, but my husband noticed that God is answering my prayer. Wow. Because he saw the way I was prospering. My husband said it. My son actually said, Mommy, all those prayers, if I don't come to upper room, I used to get angry because I look at Pastor Paul that most times Pastor Paul doesn't pray for us online. That's Pastor Paul just pray for the people here. But I do it. My children know when it's time, when fellowship starts, nothing else comes for me. I sit down till I finish. So my son, I went to pick my son in school how many days ago, and my son actually said something. He said, Mommy, so God answers your prayer. That this is the first time my son, I've been looking for a way to convince my children that God is real. And my son actually told me that, Mommy, so God answers prayers. And I was so happy. I was so happy in my mind that thank God that my son knows that God